In the previous classes, we have discussed about different enthalpy terms, that is definitions of different enthalpies. Now we will see, hope I have explained this yet, enthalpy of formation. Enthalpy of formation is given as, or it is denoted as, formation is denoted as delta H of F, which means formation. So here, what is the point that you need to keep in your mind is, here 1 mole of a compound formed from its constituent elements. This is the point which you have to remember whenever I say formation. There is something formed. What is formed? 1 mole of compound is formed from its constituent elements. Now, to define, I have told you again that whenever I say enthalpy of something, so the starting definition starts with the enthalpy change that takes place when. Yes, so here the enthalpy change that takes place when 1 mole of a compound is formed from its constituent elements is called as enthalpy of formation. Hope you are getting. Enthalpy means related to heat changes. So the change of heat that takes place when 1 mole of a compound is formed from its constituent elements. For example, if it is water, hydrogen and oxygen combines. If it is carbon dioxide, 1 mole of carbon dioxide, carbon plus oxygen combines. If it is, for example, if it is some other compound, say if it is methanol means CH3OH, then carbon, hydrogen and oxygen combines to form that 1 mole of compound. That is what it means. Okay, the enthalpy change when 1 mole of compound is formed from its constituent elements is called enthalpy of formation. For example, see, if 1 mole of carbon dioxide has to be formed, 1 mole of carbon dioxide means, you should not balance this part, you know that 1 mole of carbon dioxide means from its constituent elements. What are the constituent elements here? One is carbon we write it as C. One more is oxygen. Oxygen we don't write it as O, we write it as O2 because it is diatomic molecule. Now carbon, solid state, it is in solid state. Oxygen, gaseous state. Carbon dioxide, again gaseous state. Now what is enthalpy of formation? This delta H change. Delta H of formation value will be minus 393.5 kilojoule. So this is about the definition for enthalpy of formation. If suppose it is asked, define standard enthalpy of formation, you will be writing the enthalpy change when 1 mole of compound is formed from its constituent elements at their standard states. That means when these are present in their standard states, the enthalpy change that takes place is called a standard enthalpy of formation. And here delta HF will be then denoted as delta HF naught, if suppose you indicate the standard condition. Hope it is clear. Do note this as well as the standard definition also. One more definition we have studied is enthalpy of combustion. Hope it is clear. There you know that it is 1 mole of substance that is burnt in the presence of excess of oxygen, isn't it? That is called as enthalpy of combustion. Next we will see other definitions of enthalpy, that is standard, that is enthalpy of atomization. Enthalpy of atomization. which is given as delta H of A. Now atomization means what? The process in which atom, that is the bonds are broken and atoms are formed. That is called as atomization. Now for example, if you have H2, hydrogen you have. Now atomization means what has to be formed? This is a hydrogen molecule. How atoms will be formed? When it is broken, that is the HH bond is broken, then you get H plus H atoms, isn't it? This process is called as atomization. That is the enthalpy change when 1 mole of bond is broken to form constituent atoms. Is called enthalpy of atomization. For example, H2, which is a gas, now that gets decomposed into H plus H, that is atoms of hydrogen, and here the enthalpy change value will be around 435 kilojoule per mole. Kilojoule per mole. This is an example for atomization and the definition for atomization, where you see that the bond is broken and atoms are formed respectively. Next definition of enthalpy is given as bond enthalpy. Bond enthalpy. So it can be bond dissociation enthalpy or bond enthalpy. Generally when we say bond enthalpy, it means breaking or formation of bonds. Now if H and H combine to form H2, it is called as bond enthalpy in general, because here it is formation of bonds. Whereas if it is decomposition, that is carbon dioxide decomposing into carbon and oxygen, it is called as dissociation. Dissociation means the bond is broken. In general, bond enthalpy. Any example you can give for this, either formation of bond or breaking of bond you can give. Here the enthalpy change that takes place when 1 mole of bond is formed or broken. Then you call this enthalpy change as bond enthalpy. Again you can give the same example as that of the previous one, hydrogen gas that has been dissociated into hydrogen atoms. Again this is a form of bond enthalpy, isn't it, which is equal to 435 kilojoule per mole. Here it is breaking of bond. If you have to give formation of bond, give the example of carbon dioxide itself, C plus O2 giving CO2, where the enthalpy value will be minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. That can also be the example. This is about bond enthalpy. The next very important concept is called as Hess law. Hess law of constant heat summation. Very important. They keep asking this question for 2 marks. Hess law of constant heat summation. The name itself tells you constant heat summation. That means here constant heat means something heat is constant there. Summation means total. Sum means total. So constant heat summation rule or law related to that. What does Hess law states then? Hess law of constant heat summation states that if a reaction takes place in several steps, if suppose there is a particular reaction, say example I'll give you, there is a reaction A plus B which forms C. Okay, the same reaction if it takes place in more than one step. Now this is a single step reaction. If it takes place like this, first A plus B reacts, it forms D. Then this D will react with E and then it forms the product C. Okay, this is two-step reaction. If suppose the same reaction is taking place in more than one step, it is taking place in several steps. Then if you want to calculate the standard enthalpy of the reaction, how do you calculate? If you want to know the standard enthalpy of reaction, then you have to take the sum of the enthalpy values of the intermediate reaction. These two reactions will have enthalpies, enthalpy value that you have to add if you want to get the enthalpy, standard enthalpy of the reaction. This is the rule which Hess stated. Okay, Hess was a person who stated the law and hence it is called as Hess law of constant heat summation. That is stated, Hess law states that if a reaction takes place in several steps, then the standard enthalpy of the reaction is the sum of enthalpies or sum of standard enthalpies, you can write sum of standard enthalpies of the intermediate steps. Intermediate steps. This is Hess law of constant heat summation. That is, if a reaction is taking place in several steps, that is one or more steps, then if you want the standard enthalpy of the reaction, then take sum of the enthalpies of the intermediate steps. This is what it means. Now let us consider example for this. Example, consider formation of carbon dioxide C plus O2 forming CO2. Here carbon is in its solid state, oxygen in gaseous state, again carbon dioxide in gaseous state. The delta H value here is minus 393.5 kilojoule. Am I right? This is the enthalpy value. This is a single step reaction. This formation of carbon dioxide, this is a standard reaction now where enthalpy of combustion is equal to minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. If suppose the same reaction is taking place in more than one step, the same reaction can take place in two steps. I'll write it here. That is, first carbon combines with half mole of oxygen to form carbon monoxide. Okay, so carbon oxygen, carbon monoxide, CO. Then this carbon monoxide further reacts with half mole of oxygen to form carbon dioxide. That is, here the enthalpy value will be, delta H value will be, I'll write it here. So the same reaction, carbon forming carbon dioxide, can take place in two steps. That is, carbon combining with half mole of oxygen to form carbon monoxide. You can see one carbon, one oxygen, carbon monoxide. And here the delta H value is minus 110.5 kilojoule per mole. Here also kilojoule per mole. This is one step. Okay, that is one step reaction. Second step reaction is this carbon monoxide, further reacts with half mole of oxygen. Carbon monoxide is gas, oxygen is gas. It further reacts with half mole of oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Now the delta H value will be minus 283.0 kilojoule per mole. Are you getting? Now, according to Hess-Law of constant heat summation, what does it state? It states that if a reaction takes place in several steps, then the standard enthalpy of the reaction is the sum of standard enthalpies of the intermediate steps. Now, I will just tell you that if you want the standard enthalpy value, then you see this equation now. In this equation, carbon monoxide cancels. Half oxygen cancels. What remains here? Here what remains is carbon forming carbon dioxide. So here you can write, than cancelling this half oxygen, we need oxygen, right? So you can write carbon plus 1 mole of oxygen giving carbon dioxide. See, you have got the original equation now, where delta H value is, add these two, sum of these two, you will get it as minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. See, you have got the standard enthalpy of the reaction by taking sum of the other two steps enthalpy values. So that is what is meant by Hess law, which states that the standard enthalpy of the reaction is the sum of the enthalpy of the reaction of the other two steps, or the intermediate steps. We say intermediate steps means which is not actually stable one, again in between which occurs. So this is about Hess law of constant heat summation. Very important, you should be knowing the example also. The next thing we learn is about lattice energy. Lattice energy means the energy required. Now we have studied about sodium chloride crystals, all those, isn't it? So we generally call it as a lattice. Lattice means here Na plus Cl minus, Na plus Cl minus, like this the formation of crystal usually takes place, alternate sodium and chloride ions. So for the lattice energy means the energy required for the formation of 1 mole of a compound, 1 mole of ionic compound from its gaseous ions. From its gaseous ions, the energy required for the formation of 1 mole of ionic compound is called as its lattice energy. So how can you define the energy required for the formation of 1 mole of an ionic compound? For the formation of ionic solid, you need gaseous ions. So those gaseous ions has to combine to form this 1 mole of ionic compound. So that energy is called as its lattice energy. For example, you see, if 1 mole of sodium chloride has to be formed, then from its constituent ions means Na plus plus Cl minus. But the condition is constituent gaseous ion. So Na plus must be in its gaseous state, Cl minus must be in its gaseous state. So it's ionic solid. So sodium chloride will be in solid state. Clear? So for this, the energy required is called as its lattice energy. Plus or minus Q kilojoule per mole. Generally you write it. We will study a cycle called as Born-Haber cycle, very important one for this, based on lattice energy. How we can calculate this lattice energy we will be studying in the upcoming videos. So generally you should be knowing what is a lattice energy. For the formation of 1 mole of ionic compound, the energy required, that too when from which one this mole has to be, 1 mole of compound has to be formed from its constituent gaseous ions, it has to be formed. So that is a condition. So we will discuss about further concepts in the upcoming videos.